Welcome back, comrades. This is Gaming with Austin, and today we're going towards episode 6 of season 2. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the framework for the vertical farm. Once the framework is finished, I'd go towards building the tube that'll become the flight of stairs. The flight of stairs. Once the flight of stairs is finished, I'd plant the windows to it. Now I'd start building inside I'd start building the farm from inside. I'd start building the farm from inside. Like, I'll do it later in the season. Like, it'll be finished before June. Before June, it'd be finished. It'll be finished before June. I promised. Because this is a really big building. It'll be big as ballsack. Like, my political ideology, even though it's a form of communism, it does have some elements of conservatism. Like, especially the family values part of conservatism. Problem with open borders is foreign countries... It can give foreign countries an opportunity to invade. That's one of the problems. Yet at the same time, refugees can go into America to seek asylum. Just like the migrant caravan from El Salvador. In which people are seeking asylum. With 2 children dying, which is pretty sad. I agree that we need to improve our border security, but at the same time, greed is something that we learn from our surroundings. It's not necessarily an instinct. We learn it from our surroundings. Most of the time, mostly we learn it from our surroundings. Most of the greed we have today, we learn it mostly from our surroundings. Competition is something we learn from our surroundings too. But competition between species is sort of different. Especially if 2 different species have very different diets. With lions, they're inclined to kill every animal they see. That does not adhere to their diet. And that is because lions are obligate carnivores. They need meat. The reason we shouldn't domesticate a big carnivore, like a lion or a tiger, that is because it's really bad for the environment. It's better that we domesticate smaller animals. As pets. Now the framework is finished. Some animals are inclined to kill other animals, solely out of survival. Some animals do it out of survival, some do it out of choice. A war between a lion and a zebra will never end, and that is because lions are obligate carnivores. Greed is not necessarily human nature. But for cats, it's a different story. Humans are not necessarily... Like, some inclination to kill people can be related to religion. As in the case of 9/11. The inclination to kill people in the 9/11 attacks was religion. Wahhabism. Wahhabism. Al-Qaeda, they're basically Islamic Nazis. We don't want a country controlled by Sharia law. We do not want a country governed by Sharia law, because that would be pretty bad. Some of my friends would be persecuted. The terrible thing, my mom would probably be persecuted too. Which is pretty bad. Which is pretty sad. We don't necessarily have to wage a war to solve problems. We don't have to wage a war. In fact, we shouldn't wage war. At all. Because do you know how costly it'll be? We don't want that. How, like, cut our deficit? The best thing we need to do is tax the rich. Making the rich richer causes more problems around the world. It doesn't just cause problems in America. It doesn't just cause problems in America. It causes problems all over the world. We shouldn't be making the rich richer anyway. Some people would rather abolish trade unions altogether, like Hitler, or did in Nazi Germany. If cats had a gun, they'd become really violent. In fact, they'd be killing a lot more animals. Cats are known for killing animals. They do it to survive. Cats kill to survive. As with all obligate carnivores. Cats are not omnivore. They are not omnivores. The reason why cats are naturally inclined to kill, they do it to survive. Straight out of... Cats are not omnivores. They are carnivores. With cats, they are natural-born killers. They didn't make the choice to kill. They do it to survive. Cats did not make the choice. And cats are always at war with mice. That is because cats are obligate carnivores. And cats are not omnivores. Dogs are. You can put an omnivore on a vegan diet, but you can't put an obligate carnivore on a vegan diet. Bears, the grizzly bear is an omnivore. Same thing with a hyena. And cats, like, if you're gonna get a pet without supporting a really cruel industry called the meat industry, go for a dog, or a rabbit, or even a pig. Anything that doesn't have to eat meat to survive. Anything that doesn't have to eat meat to survive. Cats should never be fed a vegan diet. For all of you cat owners out there, don't put your cat on a vegan diet. Ever. Regardless if you're vegan or not. That's because cats are obligate carnivores. If you're gonna go out and get a pet, research on what their nutritional needs are. Because cats need very specific proteins that can only be found in animal flesh. And if you have a cat, the best thing you can feed them, raw meat. Because out in the wild, they would never eat cooked meat. They would eat it raw and bloody. They'd eat bloody raw meat. They'd eat bloody hunk of raw meat. Bloody hunk of raw meat, that's kind of disgusting. Just like that Swedish guy who decided to eat a bloody hunk of raw meat at a vegan festival in Amsterdam. It's pretty disgusting. That meat-eating guy at the festival should have gotten arrested. Now, that vegan guy, that guy who ate the bloody hunk of raw meat should have gotten arrested. That guy who ate a bloody hunk of raw meat, he should have gotten arrested. But he didn't, sadly. He should have been put into rehabilitation to make sure he doesn't do it again. Norway rehabilitates criminals. That's what we need. Rehabilitation. We, fellow Americans, need to rehabilitate our criminals. Just like what the Netherlands and Norway does. We need prison reform. The reason you should never abandon your cat is they go out and when cats are feral, they become killers. Very vicious killers. But their reason to kill is solely out of survival. Cats are really vicious killers. They led to the extinction of several bird species, those feral cats did. This is why we need to spay and neuter our pets. We should always spay and neuter our pets. We should always spay and neuter our pets. What we need to do is spay and neuter our pets. That's what we need. Before you think about giving up your pet for adoption, you should always spay and neuter your pet first. What we need to do is spay and neuter our pets. Don't let them go out feral. Just proliferate very quickly and cause the extinction of several bird species. Because it's not only it's bad for the cat to leave the cat feral, it's bad for the animals, the other animals too. What we need to do is set up a coalition. That's what we need to do. Set up a coalition. What we need to do is set up a coalition. The coalition can help us spay and neuter our pets. Like, what we need to do is make sterilizing our pets free. How are we going to make them the living? It'd be funded by the state. The state should be the one paying for our health care. What we need is tougher animal welfare laws. To where we should impose some sort of hefty penalty for those who abandon their pets. It's just wrong that people abandon their pets. It needs to stop. What our people need to do is stop getting dogs from puppy mills. Instead, go for a better option like an animal shelter. Anyways, this is it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe for more, share this with your comrades on social media, and as always, thank you for watching, and peace out.